What's up, guys? Tonight I'm going to do a video of changing oil on a 2024 third gen KLR650. When I change oil, I'm also going to do the adjusted doohickey. While I'm at it, I do it about every 2,000, 2,500 miles. This bike has 8,000, 8,500 miles on it now. I'm going to change oil. I'm going to show you everything you need to do it. Very simple process. A lot of people will be like, "Yeah, I know how to change my oil." Yeah, you might, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the way I do it. And some people may have never done it, but it's a very simple job. All you need is 3 quarts of oil, 2.5 quarts of oil. I got a pair of gloves here. Let me show you what I got. 17 millimeter, 3/8 drive, rubber mallet for the doohickey, oil filter, 3 quarts of oil. That's it. 8 millimeter with an extension. So 3 tools. That's it to do this job. Let's get to it. I'll show you what I did. Currently have the bike jacked up on a bike stand. I'm going to drain the oil into a separate pan right now because I can't get my oil pan under there. Then I'll show you what I'm doing. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this. There's a drain bolt. I'm loosening that 17 millimeter. I drain it into a separate pan, and then take care of it from there. I'll show you. See if I can get this. Make sure you keep the washer that's on there, the crush washer. You don't have to replace it every time. A lot of people do. I don't. I replace about every 3rd time. Drain the oil. And that's for that one. Once you drain the oil, let all the oil drain out of it. And give it a few minutes. Okay, now before I put the bolt back in, I always wipe down the washer, or the crush washer. Like I said, I replace about every 3 times. But I make sure that's wiped off, get all the debris off there if there's any metal chips or anything like that on there. Because that's what the crush washer does. It just it crushes into place. Okay, I'll let the oil drain out of it. And it's still draining a little bit, but if you can see it under there, drain it out. That's the plug. So then once it's all done draining, I immediately put the bolt back in. That way I don't forget about it or something stupid. But I'll show you. Just give me a second, let this thing quit draining. All right, guys, like I said, now what I do is I put the bolt right back in. I make sure it's all cleaned off. So forth. And whatever you do, don't cross-thread this thing. It should go nice and easy. And once you get it snugged up, take a rag over it again. Take a 17 millimeter and give it a couple turns. And I think it's supposed to be like 21 foot-pounds of torque. I don't use a torque wrench on them. Once I get snug, I just give it a little bump. That's it. Nothing major. Don't over tighten it. You don't want to strip that thing out. So now that the bolt's back in, again, I wipe it all down. I'll show you the oil filter. And like I said, most of you guys probably know this, but I hope this video helps. All right, on the other side of the bike is where the oil filter goes. There's 2 8 millimeter bolts here. There's an arrow on the cover that says for the plate up. Let me get this thing set up and I'll show you. Okay, like I said, there's 2 8 millimeter bolts. And they shouldn't be tight at all. I mean, it should be snug, but that's about it. Take these bolts out. Don't lose these. Whatever you do, don't lose them. Now, when you pull this out, there's going to be some oil getting on the motor mount there, or on the motor. Take that bolt out. Let me grab a towel. And sometimes this can be tricky to get off. I say tricky, but it's just in with a O-ring. What I like to do, sometimes I'll use a pick. There'd be an easier way to this, but I just use a pick. Maybe. There it goes. Once it pops, just be careful not to damage the O-ring when you pull it out. Now when you take this out, you can see all the oil leaking. Nice. Okay. Okay, so you catch all the oil. Now when you pull this filter out, one second. Now when you pull that filter out, there's a new filter. There's a bypass, or not a bypass, but I guess you call it a bypass. Make sure you put that back in. That comes out of the old filter. Make sure you put that back in. A lot of people throw them away, not realizing it. But you got to put that back in there. Then when you put it back in the case, it's kind of a simple process. Then I do the same thing with this. I'll wipe this down around, make sure there's nothing that I got on there or fell on there or something like that. As you can see, there's just an O-ring on there. Now this does have a up and down arrow, or an up arrow. I want to make sure that's up. Again, sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this back in there. But you want to make sure you get that in there the right way. You just pop it back in, line it up with the threaded holes. Put your bolts back in. And again, this is supposed to be, do not forget that tube. I hear a lot of people not even realizing it. And that's kind of why I'm doing this video. So you know. Now this should only be, again, snug. I'm not sure the foot pounds on this, but it's very light. Put that in there. And again, I'm no professional, so I just like doing my own maintenance and that kind of thing. Snug it on both sides, then give it about a quarter turn. And that's all you need on it. Don't go any more than that. That ain't going nowhere. Wipe off all the excess. And it does get down in there, so you gotta be careful. Clean up all the oil and the mess. And there it is. So the oil filter's done. Oil's drained, plugs back in. So, other than that, wipe it down a little bit better. Okay, that's all there is to it. Then you open your drain plug or your fill plug, set that to the side, and you dump 2.5 quarts of oil, and you're golden at that point. But I'll dump the oil, then we'll do the doohickey. Now, as far as the oil that I use, I have Kawasaki 4-cycle oil. You can use any of them. You can use anything as long as it's 4-cycle engine oil. You're good. 1040. Kawasaki. I use Honda oil for the other bikes. Mobile, any of them. Pennzoil. I like them all. They're all the same. And you know, I don't care what anybody says. Kawasaki doesn't have its own oil refinery. Honda does it. Comes out of the same damn place. As long as the ingredients are right, you're using the important thing is 4-cycle engine oil. It's different than auto oil. Got to use 4-cycle. The reason you use 4-cycle oil for the clutch, because it's got a wet clutch. So it's got to be 4-cycle oil. Again, 2.5 quarts. That's why I like buying it in the quarts opposed to the gallon jugs. It's just a lot easier for me. But again, I'll get anything that's on sale. I think this was 4 quarts for $20 delivered, or 5 quarts for $20. Depends on what's on sale and so forth. That's it. Here's 1 quart. Two quarts. Don't pour it too fast, it will overflow on you a little bit. There's 2 quarts. And then I put about another 1/2 quart in there, just to be safe. A little less than 1/2 quart. You don't want to overfill by any means. I think the manual calls for 2.2 quarts. I put a little bit, I put 2.5 to make sure it runs in there right. .4 to 2.5. You can see the sight glass is filled up. Now once the oil gets running, you're good. Okay. So that's that. Put the oil cap back on. All right, guys, that's that side. Now, for the doohickey, it's even more fun. It's very simple. What you need for that, okay, that's, the oil's done. Again, 2.5 quarts, you're good. Sight glass is full. You know, a lot of people say start it up, run it, but as long as it's not leaking any oil anywhere, not, you're good. 2.5 quarts, you're good. Keep it simple, guys, keep it simple. So then on the other side, I'm gonna show you the doohickey. Okay, on the other side of the bike, right above the, right in front of the gear selector, there's a black plug. There's a rubber grommet or rubber cap on there. Pull that out. Maybe. Pull that off, and there's the plug. See that 8mm bolt? All you want to do is loosen that. Maybe 1/2 turn or so. It's not very tight. Once you break it loose, a couple quarter turns, couple 1/2 turns. That's all you do with it. Now, take a rubber mallet. Why we do that? They say it puts tension back on the spring. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But that's it. Then when you tighten it back up, it's supposed to be kind of important to do. I do it at every oil change. And then when you tighten up, just snug it up. That's it. and you put the cap back on. And that supposedly takes care of the doohickey for you. That cap's kind of a pain in the ass. And guys, that's it, changing oil on a KLR650 3rd gen. I would imagine the rest of them are the same. I don't know that for sure. It's been a long time. So please reach out to, I think the next video I'm going to do next weekend, I'm going to go ahead and replace the chain on it. Sprockets still look good, but the chain's got 8,000 miles, 8,500 miles. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to be safe. And that's it. The bike's ready to go. Thanks for watching.